last week, and so we're going to spend about probably 20 minutes on it and wrap it up. Really what you have on module 6, you've done the mounting of file system last week, so there's nothing left for us to do on that one. The other part that I think we're going to be doing going forward, actually under this area, blended more into this side. The only other stuff that we didn't do, I've already included the video over here, so you can go ahead and watch the video at home. And pretty much what I have over here is just the conversion of FTK, okay? Mounting FTK over here. I showed you guys how to mount a regular file system, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But what I didn't show you is how to mount FTK. I didn't show you how to mount NCase, right? I showed you how to mount a regular file system, okay? So what I want you guys to watch when you get home is to go over here and look at how to mount an FTK. It's pretty straightforward, all right? You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and if you take a look at it, the only bigger difference is the command that they use. You know, you go into the directory test over here where a particular image is used. So when you use AFF use, that's the command. So now what I want you guys to do, I'm going to pause this video for a minute. It takes just about 2 minutes, 40 seconds. You understand? To mount the image. Really. Very short. What I want you guys to do, if you go back to this, look forward, you realize I put some image over here, right? That's a practical floppy image. Okay? And that's what we're going to use to do the labs over here. That's also what we're going to use to do the labs over here. Right? What you're going to be doing over here, you're going to see, first of all, you mount that image, you understand how to mount it, right? And then over here, the same image, if you want to, you can convert that image to AFF if you want it. You understand? I already give you the raw image, so from step over here, you can convert it to AFF if you want. You can convert it to NCase if you want. Once you've done that, then you can come back over here and mount it. Does that make any sense? So that will bring you up to this particular page that we're right now. And to mount it, you're going to just run, half use. And you can see that I've already converted it from raw to AFF here. That was why I have practical floppy.aff, right? So if I want to down mount it, I'm going to show AF use, and I've already seen that. See, that's all it takes. AFF use, you created a folder called AFF. So you mount it, into this directory. So you shift to the directory that mount / AFF use. And then you have the file here, raw. And then you now go ahead and mount this raw. You understand? So first of all, you convert the file that is AFF to AFF raw by using AFF use, half use. You understand? And then you go ahead and mount that image just like you will mount any other stuff. Does that make any sense? Okay. And once you do this, the process is kind of very easy, and that's all we have left for that particular module. You understand?
As far as the lab, other than mounting these images, what else are we supposed to do?
For that, that's it.
Just mount them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you can look at the question. I can go over the question with you guys, which is something that I promise I'm going to be doing. So that way, if you have any question, you can, let's go ahead and look at this.
Lab 6.
6. So this one is just saying, the key concept is how to mount file system, system disk, and so on and so forth. Download the practical floppy image that I gave you. Around what I told you. And then calculate the hash value of that, of that extracted partition. That's the image. The image itself is a partition. And then mount the image to this directory. So we want to determine what type of file system is on the image, right? And then how many deleted files existed on the image. Like we showed it in the class last week. What command would you use to see?
FLS
FLS-D, right?
dash D.
That will show you what's there on that. And then how many deleted, so you can answer that. What type of files are deleted? Please include evidence. So if you see that 3 files are deleted, one of the first things you're going to do is to highlight those files by writing out the high note number, right? And then we want to go ahead and zoom on that file.
iStat.
iStat will give you more information about the location of the file, right? And then you know the location of the file, then you can then go further to that particular block. You can use a block cat -h to show you the content in X format, so you can go ahead and look at what is inside that block.
If you want to, now that you got to that level, you do the iStat, do the BLCat, now
Dash
let's-
H.
dash H. Now let's say you want to retrieve that file.
If you want to retrieve the file, that's kind of really easy. You don't even want to use -h.
So
If
what
your
would you
goal
use?
is to retrieve the file, all you just have to do is say block cat, no, iCat, with the number, with the inode number. I'll just say iCat, if the image is Castro, I'll just say iCat space Castro space 13.
Okay.
And then you're gonna use, pipe, call the file. That's it. We extract it based on the high note number.
Awesome.
You understand? But if you want to just see the content of that block,
That's
then you want to use blockcat -h, because what you want to know to identify the file is the file header, right? So once you get the file header, then you can go to Gary Kessler website, right? That I showed you guys. Gary Kessler.
So is that -h for hex, -h?
Yes.
Okay.
Gary Kessler website is Gary Kessler website is this one. Let me see where it is. It's file signature, remember? Right?
Yep.
That's at GaryKessler.net. If you go to Google, just type file signature.
It's like the first one.
Just type file signature, probably the first or second one that comes is going to be it. And then you can come over here, right? You can just go over here, go to edit. If you have a file signature that says FFD8, look at the bottom here. I'll just say FF, right? D8. See? Right away it tells me it's probably a JPEG. Just by looking at the file signature. Does that make any sense? You got it?
Yep.
All right, so that's how you answer this particular type of question. Recover the deleted files and show me your step. I already showed you how to do that. Use iCat, image, inode number, type it out. That's it. It's a piece of cake.
Word.
Understand? I try to create a kind of a survey monkey. It didn't go that. Anybody saw it at the end of the week? When you click it, it takes you right to, it didn't take you to where you need to go, right?
I couldn't. I tried to, but it didn't work for me.
Were you able to enter something in there?
No. For the